Welcome back, Fantasy Pros. Today, for part 2 of discussing selling high on rookie Dynasty draft picks for proven veteran players, we're going to be discussing moving second and third round picks for both short-term options and long-term options in Dynasty. Now, for those that tuned into part 1, we talked about trading first-round rookie picks. Today, like I said, we're going to be breaking down the second and third round picks. We're going to be using the Fantasy Pros Dynasty Value Trade Chart to figure out the equivalent values that we're looking for. Keep in mind, for this year's class, we are very strong when it comes to the running backs and tight ends, not so strong at quarterback and wide receiver. So enough fluff, let's dive into the players to target. To lead off, we're going to start with second round rookie picks. I mentioned in part 1 that Anthony Richardson and Jaylen Reed were attainable with second round rookie picks. But what I didn't discuss in part 1 was the cost to acquire tight ends in Dynasty with rookie draft picks. After going through the value chart, I felt that it was really steep to send a first-round rookie pick for almost any tight end, given the landscape of the position, incoming rookies like Tyler Warren, Colson Loveland, Elijah Arroyo. The only tight end, though, I was able to be willing to part with a second-round rookie pick would be Green Bay Packers tight end and my man crush, Tucker Kraft. The value chart from Fantasy Pros has his value closer to that of a late first-round pick, but I don't think it's going to take nearly that much to acquire him. I think he's more in the mid-second round range, and I love that price for him. He's entering his third season, just 24 years old, and head coach Matt LaFleur confirmed at the end of the season that 100% Kraft has the potential to be a George Kittle or Travis Kelce type of player. Seems like a great buy for me if you're hurting at tight end. Also feels similar with Dalton, Kincaid, Kyle Pitts, and Isaiah Likely. The first two are young tight ends who have seen their prices suppressed after disappointing 2024 seasons. Likely, he's just one injury away from being a fantasy tight end 1 in the Ravens offense, and he could be their future at the position should the team move on from Mark Andrews. All the Ravens tight ends are free agents, so they're going to shake up that room potentially as early as 2026. Dallas Goedert also might need a buy low target for some contenders for a light second round pick under the presumption he gets traded to a tight end needy team. I'll admit, Dallas Goedert is a bit older at 30 years old, but his stock could rise in the right landing spot. At running back, you're probably better off keeping most of your second round rookie picks, as there will be a surplus of talented first year rushers to choose from this season. But before I introduce the select running back veterans to target, we have to talk about the Fantasy Pros Trade Analyzer. Evaluate trades with confidence using Fantasy Pros Trade Analyzer. Instantly see the impact of trades on your team. You get expert recommendations, whether you're making a 2-for-1 deal or swapping a couple draft picks for that one stud who will help you win now. Trade Analyzer tool will help you optimize your roster and make smarter moves. Try the Trade Analyzer today at fantasypros.com/myplaybook or on the Fantasy Football My Playbook app and dominate your league. My veteran running back targets are Rachaad White, Jordan Mason, and Blake Corum. Rachaad White is in the last year of his rookie contract and could potentially be traded. After Bucky Irving supplanted him as a starter last year, White's dynasty stock has basically plummeted. Even though he's underwhelming as a rusher, White is still a great receiver out of the backfield. And I think he's just one injury away from top 20 fantasy running back production if he stays in Tampa Bay. The Vikings traded for Jordan Mason, and he is just one Aaron Jones injury away from a full workload. I also don't think his situation is where Jones is the clear-cut starter and number 1 rusher in that backfield. The Vikings GM recently spoke on his excitement for both Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason as a pairing in 2025. This is going to be a two-headed monster in Minnesota behind a revamped offensive line. I posted a poll on X about Jordan Mason versus the rookie 207, and it was a dead even split. There's the going rate, folks. Jordan Mason for the 207, I like the Mason side. The Vikings also only have 4 draft picks in this year's upcoming draft, making it tougher for them to add yet another rookie running back to the backfield. At age 30, Jones himself also might be worth buying, with some lowball offers for contending teams. As for targeting Blake Corum, it's a little bit more about fading Kyren Williams. The Rams running back is RB9 in the ECR Dynasty rankings, but he's entering the final year of his rookie contract, coming off a monster volume campaign, trailing only Saquon Barkley in touches while playing the highest running back snap share at 87%. I think we see more of the Rams' second-year running back. Sophomore running backs tend to be the best buys in dynasty formats, which means veterans like Williams become prime sell candidates. Sean McVay thinks Corum is a stud, and I tend to agree. Again, if you need running backs, you're better off holding these third-round rookie picks instead of just flipping them for veterans. The class is so deep, they're going to want to take as many shots as you can. However, if you can move one of these third-round rookie picks for another veteran running back, I don't necessarily hate that specific strategy, especially when it comes to some of these second-year running backs like Blake Corum. There are ones that you can get cheaper, though, because we saw guys like Hank Bigsby and Chase Brown be prime examples of these second-year running backs seeing major boosts to their value from rookie years. The top of the second-year running back list to target with some of these third-round rookie picks: MarShawn Lloyd from the Green Bay Packers, with Shipley from the Philadelphia Eagles, and Jaylen Wright from the Miami Dolphins. Lloyd's rookie year was lost to injuries, and that has just plummeted his value. But we know that LaFleur loves to use multiple running backs, so I think Lloyd sees way more action in 2025 alongside Josh Jacobs. Even if Lloyd doesn't completely supplant Jacobs, I think he's an easy bet to see his value increase, making him a good buy. Shipley and Wright, I think, are a bit more injury dependent, but look, Saquon Barkley's coming off nearly 500 touches. We've seen Devon Achane miss games for 2 straight seasons. Both Miami and Philadelphia added veterans to their backfields this offseason during free agency, suggesting they might be less inclined to add another through the NFL draft. I like Wright and Lloyd more than Shipley as prospects, so I lean towards them more in the Dynasty context. Wright, though, might have the highest boom or bust profile among the three, given that his skill set should be great in the Dolphins' offense, at least theoretically. But he floundered his opportunities in year one, losing out on playing time to guys like Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert. Lucky those guys are gone, and if he can gain the coach's trust in year two, he'll be a massive riser in the rankings. As for the wide receivers to target with some of these third-round rookie picks, here are a few that came to mind when I was combing through the Fantasy Pros Dynasty Value Trade chart. Dontayvion Wicks from the Packers, Marquise Brown with the Chiefs, Joshua Palmer with the Buffalo Bills, and Darius Slayton with the New York Giants. Wicks is the youngest of the bunch, and I expect him to see a full-time role in the Packers offense without Christian Watson. Josh Palmer, surprisingly only 25 years old, and he's attached to Josh Allen for the next 3 seasons after he signed with the Bills during free agency. Palmer didn't live up to the lofty expectations I had from him last year, but he's flashed enough to actualize a ceiling, I think, in Buffalo. I'm surprised he hasn't generated more buzz with such a great landing spot with a great quarterback. Hollywood Brown and Slayton are both 28 years old. The former has Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback, and he looked like he was going to play a big role in the Chiefs' offense before his injury during the preseason. Given Rashee Rice's injury and potential suspension, I like Brown for contending dynasty teams to outproduce his cost via trade. In deeper wide receiver formats that require 4 or 5 starters, Slayton is your guy. You finally got paid after an underrated career so far with the Giants, and I expect that to continue with New York improving its quarterback situation in 2025. As we round things out, we'll come full circle here, going back to the tight end position. One that I like to buy on the cheap, entering year 2, Carolina Panthers second-year tight end Dontayvion Sanders. I think 2025 could be a breakout year for Sanders. The rookie tight end flashed signs of brilliance during his rookie campaign, but a scary concussion in Week 12 derailed him in the second half. Tommy Tremble's coming back, but I still think we'd see Sanders capture a near full-time role. His best 3 games last year came with Tremble not in the lineup. He also surpassed an 85% snap share twice. Dave Canales has put this guy in a full-time position before, so I like his chances of earning it again in year 2. For contending teams, I think Bengals tight end Mike Gesicki makes a ton of sense to flip for a third. He has a high weekly ceiling attached to Joe Burrow. We know he's a set-and-forget option if either T. Higgins or Jamar Chase misses any games. And with that, we've reached our conclusion of part 2 of selling high on rookie draft picks for veteran players. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. And be sure to let me know in the comments some trades that you've done involving rookie draft picks. Again, screenshots or it didn't happen. But before you do, evaluate trades with confidence using the Fantasy Pros Trade Analyzer. Instantly see the impact of trades on your team. Get expert recommendations. Whether you're making a 2-for-1 deal or swapping a couple draft picks for that stud who will help you win now, Trade Analyzer tool will help you optimize your roster and make smarter decisions. Try the Trade Analyzer today at fantasypros.com/myplaybook or on the Fantasy Football My Playbook app and dominate your league. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and good luck on the Dynasty Trade Street.